If you told me I was going to make a video on Hazbin Hotel today, I wouldn't believe you. Because I saw clips from the pilot years ago, like over the last few years, never the full thing. The art style never really jived with me, and I didn't really care about exploring what it was or what it was about. Just had no interest. I just knew it was kind of popular. It was referenced all over the place. I've heard a few clips here and there, but I hadn't seen much. And then just something clicked today. I don't know. I think I saw something. I think I heard something that the show on Amazon Prime was quite good. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna give it a go. So I went on YouTube. I watched the pilot. Didn't love it. I thought it was okay. I had a good time. I had a good time watching it. Um, but I think the pilot had problems. And then I went, okay, I'm jumping to the Amazon show. And I watched the first episode. And I enjoyed the first episode. There's definitely things about the pilot and the first episode I enjoyed. But it didn't hook me. And now I'm past the first four episodes, and gee golly gosh, am I hooked. I this especially that last episode. Oh boy, am I am I engaged now? I am. Yeah, no, it's really good. What the show accomplishes in its animation as an what started out as an indie production, um, from the talent involved with it, from the writing, from the characterizations, like it's good. It was really really good, and I think what it stands for from a piece of artwork, what the story is trying to do and accomplish and say about people, and showing people a way to heal and move past not only trauma but our own inadequacies and our own demons. Like, oh, it's good and it's done really well, and the fact that it's being made in 24-minute format is frankly incredible. I have watched 45-minute to hour-long episode shows that couldn't get across the same emotional depth that this show has already done in 4 episodes. Um, it's it's great. Um, I don't like. Again, I'll be honest. I don't 100% love everything. I think so far there's 4 episodes. I think some things are a little obvious. Um, Not in a bad way, but just like obvious. You know, kind of like, oh, this has been done before in a different way. I think some things haven't been appropriately handled yet. There's been a lot of foreshadowing for future story developments and characters' backstories, but nothing concrete in the episodes themselves. And that's fine. You know, like I'm not calling those negatives. I'm just saying there's been little bits and pieces for characters, but not a whole lot for those characters. So I expect that stuff to come up later on in the series. But so far, some characters feel a little underdeveloped. Um, Also, again, I'm just going to throw out all the nitpicks now and all the negatives. I preferred a couple actors from the pilot. Not many, but I think there were 2 actors that I preferred from the pilot that weren't carried over. I understand why. Um, it can be because of scheduling conflicts. Other actors or actresses performed better. Like that stuff happens and changes. But like other than that, I think the performances throughout the show from pretty much all of the actors has been sublime. Um, I think the animation. Then we're just gonna go back to gushing about it. I think the animation is great and just gorgeous. Oh no, I thought of one more negative. Again, this is a personal negative when it comes to musicals. I'm a big musical fan, uh, and I have a very specific taste when it comes to musicals. For me personally, you can call it like an OCD kind of thing. Um, when a song starts in a musical, I need 4 steps to happen for the song to feel naturally included within the world. And it's the classic 4 steps in most musicals. The character must talk until they can't talk no more, and then they start yelling. And once they sorry, they start talking, and once they can't get the emotion out through just talking, they start yelling. And if they can't get the emotion out through yelling, they start dancing. And if they still can't get the emotion out, they start singing. Those are the 4 steps for me to feel like a song is naturally introduced into the universe, or otherwise it just goes, now they're singing. And that's definitely a big turnoff for just audience members in general. For whatever reason, as I've now realized, that there's big hate for musicals, which I just don't get. But no, for me, I like those 4 steps. It's not crucial, but I like them. Sometimes the show did that, but not every single time, and it's a tiny shame. I don't hold it against the show as a critique, but as a personal enjoyment thing, I'm taking a few points away. So, but again, I rate things between personal score and a critic score, so that doesn't affect the critic score, that affects my personal score. Yeah, back to gushing now. The show looks great, and the animation is beautiful. Really fluid, especially in the musical numbers, and the character designs are great. Especially Angel Dust. This is going to be the Angel Dust gushing corner. In the final episode, the final episode for this 4, they were great. They had a wonderful story arc. They had some of the best jokes they've had in the entire show thus far. And their dynamic between other characters was so well defined. And while I think some characters haven't been given the spotlight that they particularly deserve throughout the show, the 4th episode really gave Angel Dust a spotlight. Angel Dust and Husk, I believe the bartender's name is. Yeah, gave them a spotlight, and they shined. And I'm excited to see more from them. There probably won't be as much, and that's fine. But I loved them. I think their relationship was great. It was well defined, and it is a character arc. It's a character in general, a character with trauma going through personal demons and an abusive relationship. That's so hard to like do, to explain in a story in a way that doesn't feel offensive, that feels real, that doesn't feel, what's the term, um that doesn't feel like it's being put on a pedestal, like, oh, woe is me, right? Like, the character was done justice, and people who are legitimately in this kind of position will be able to relate to Angel Dust in such a meaningful way that they might be able to overcome their personal demons and how they see themselves. It's done so well in that episode. And I really do hope this show helps someone get past whatever they're going through. And I think the show has the possibility to do that. Not only is it about helping demons overcome their problems, but it's helping the audience look at their own lives and how they possibly treat others or how they're treated by others, and really come to terms with a lot of those complicated emotions that the show is somehow covering in 24-minute episodes. I watched like 11 seasons of Supernatural, and they struggled to cover anything that deep and complex that the show that Hazbin Hotel has covered in just 4 episodes, and a pilot that I didn't love but liked. Anyway, I'm gonna stop gushing about the show now. I just wanted to come here and be like, the show was great. I have some minor problems, but they're more personal preferences and opinions than critical ones. If you're unsure if you should give the show a go, I say jump right in. It's going to be great. I'm probably going to make a video when the show is done, just diving into the characters and what they represent and all of that really, really juicy good stuff, because this show does deserve it. And the story of the show's creation is just also legitimately inspiring for someone who is working on their own story, like me. Um, Thanks for watching. I'll see you when I come back with my next video, which I am working on. It's just taking time. I swear to God.